make a new Pokemon Fairy Day according to this calendar. So on day 152, the calendar year was Tropius. Again? Because last month in A, the calendar year was Tropius. So I'll be making two forms of Tropius. With that out of the way, when we spun the wheel, we got Gigantamax. So presenting the Gigantamax Tropius, the fruit Pokemon. A steel grass and flying type that keeps its main abilities of solar power, chlorophyll, and its hidden ability of harvest. Under the influence of Gigantamax energy, the fruit under Tropius' neck has been enlarging, and is sent to pack loads more nutrients now. On day 153, the calendar year is Surskit, and we spun the wheel, we got Pass Paradox. So prepare to face the flip. Feral Lonlegs, the Paradox Pokemon, a bug and a dark type with the ability Photosynthesis. It appears similar to a creature mentioned in a dubious magazine, known as Feral Lonlegs. It appears to flip itself upside down as a tactic to scare off predators. It doesn't always work though. Feral Lonlegs is just an upside down Surskit. See? So on day 154, the calendar year is Grumpig, and we spun the wheel, we got Future Paradox. So presenting the futuristic fortune teller, Iron Seer, the Paradox Pokemon, a psychic and electric type with the ability Cloak Drive. It resembles an object mentioned in a paranormal magazine as a Grumpig from 1 billion years in the future. It appears to have been invented to tell the future for the people of the distant future. Iron Seer is based off of a fortune teller. On day 155, the calendar year is Flabebe, and we spun the wheel, we got Convergent, which gave us Trabebe, the scavenger Pokemon, a pure steel type with the abilities Pick Up and the hidden ability Levitate. Although it looks like Flabebe, Trabebe is an entirely different species. These tiny Pokemon scavenge scrap metal to turn into a steel weapon to ride on. They often feud with Tinkatink. So on day 156, the calendar year is Rickety, and we spun the wheel, we got Pass Paradox. Prepare to face the Draconic Furious Feathers, the Paradox Pokemon, a flying and dragon type with the ability Photosynthesis. It resembles a creature mentioned in an old expedition journal as a Rickety from 1 billion years ago. It shares many of its traits with dragon-type Pokemon like Dragonite. Furious Feathers is based off of the theory that birds are descendants of dinosaurs. On day 157, the calendar year was Pyroar, female form, and we spun the wheel, we got Pass Paradox. Again! So prepare to face the beastly Tattered Fur, the Paradox Pokemon, a fire and dark type with the ability Photosynthesis. It resembles a creature mentioned in an old expedition journal known as Tattered Fur. It will relentlessly stalk its prey from afar, waiting for them to let down their guard, and when they do, Tattered Fur lashes out. Tattered Fur is based off of prehistoric cats. On day 158, the calendar year was Goomy, and we spun the wheel, we got Mega Evolution! But since Goomy can't Mega Evolve, we'll Mega Evolve its final evolution, Goodra. With that out of the way, presenting Mega Goodra, the Dragon Pokemon, a pure Dragon type with the ability Gooey. The goo stemming from Mega Goodra is incredibly sticky, will dissolve anything it touches. With the power of Mega Evolution, Goodra has awakened ancient genes that have given it a sturdy shell. Okay, so on day 159, the calendar year was Goomy. Again, because we got Goomy on both the 158 and the 159. So I'll be making two forms of Goomy. With that out of the way, when we spun the wheel, I got Convergent, which gave us Jumi, the Jelly Pokemon, a pure water type with the abilities Water Veil, Static, and hidden ability Gooey. Although it looks like Goomy, Jumi is an entirely different species. Although it is not an electric type, it is still advised not to touch Jumi, as it can still give off small amounts of electricity. Jumi is based off of a jellyfish. On day 160, the calendar year is Barboach, and we suddenly got Convergent. Again! So presenting the inflated Balloon, the balloon Pokemon, a flying and normal type with the abilities Pressure, Static, and a hidden ability Adaptability. Although it looks like Barboach, Balloon is an entirely different species. It constantly exudes steam throughout its body. However, when needed, it will allow its body to inflate up to 10 times its size. Balloon is based off of a balloon. So on day 161, the calendar year is Lurantis, and we spun the wheel, got Regional Form. So presenting Lurantis Regional Form, the Sharp Sickle Pokemon, a grass and poison type with the abilities Poison Point and a hidden ability Contrary. To trick bug Pokemon, Lurantis disguises itself as a fellow bug to lure their guard from snapping them up with its hidden jaws. Its petals on its side gleam with a poisonous touch. This regional form of Lurantis is based off of a Venus flytrap. So on day 162, the calendar year is Palisand, and we spun the wheel, got Pass Paradox. Prepare to face the Draconic Stomping Sand, Paradox Pokemon, a Ganon Dragon type, the ability Photosynthesis. This Pokemon appears similar to a creature known as Stompin' Sand, which is thought to be a Palossand 1 billion years ago. It go on a rampage, if any dare even touch the shovel upon its head. On day 163, the counter was Bellibolt, and we spent it really got Convergent, which gave us Tellybolt, the Telefog Pokemon, a psychic and rock type with the abilities Forewarn, Sturdy, and hidden ability Magic Guard. Although it seems similar to Bellibolt, Tellybolt is an entirely different species. They originate from an island that is full of only other Tellybolt and Telball. Ancient records say this Pokemon was constructed by an ancient civilization. Tellybolt is based off of those Easter Island heads. On day 164, the counter is Zoroark, and we spun the wheel like a Gigantamax. So presenting the towering Gigantamax Zoroark, the Illusion Fox Pokemon, a Steel Pure Dark type with the ability Illusion. Upon Gigantamaxing, all the excess energy from Gigantamaxing has settled itself into Zoroark's ponytail. To protect its territory, Zoroark will disguise itself as threatening Gigantamax Pokemon like Urshifu. On day 165, the counter is Hatenna, and we spun the wheel again. Convergent. So presenting Scatenna, the Scorpion Pokemon, a pure poison type with the abilities Poison Point, Poison Heal, and a hidden ability Hyper Cutter. Although it looks like Hatenna, Scatenna is an entirely different species. While it may look harmless, don't be deceived, as if you get too close to it, it will stab you with its poisonous tail. Scatenna is based off of a scorpion. So on day 166, the counter is Hatenna again, because we got Hatenna on both the 165th and the 166th. So I'll be making 2 points for Hatenna. With that out of the way, when we spun the wheel, we got Pass Paradox. So prepare to face the ferocious Feral Fields, the Paradox Pokemon, a psychic and rock type with the ability Photosynthesis. It bears a resemblance to a creature known as Feral Fields, which is thought to be a Hatenna from 1 billion years ago. It has been recently discovered to be the pre-evolution to a previously discovered Pokemon known as Frivolous Felins. Feral Fields, like its evolution Frivolous Felins, are both based on a caveman. So on day 167, the counter gave us Slackoff, and we spun the wheel again. Future Paradox. So presenting the robotic Iron Nap, the Paradox Pokemon, a normal electric type with the ability Quark Drive. It seems similar to an object mentioned in a paranormal magazine as a Slackoff 1 million years in the future. It rarely moves at all, if ever. This, along with its squishy body, makes it the perfect pillow. Iron Nap is based off of a pillow. On day 168, the counter is Dragapult, and we suddenly got Mega Evolution! So presenting Mega Dragapult, the Stealth Pokemon, a dragon and ghost type with the ability Sniper. Upon Mega Evolving, Dragapult can now sneak around faster than the speed of light. GP that Dragapult carries around have changed as well. It can now do much more damage to opponents. On day 169, the counter is Pikatot, and we spun the wheel again. Pass Paradox. Prepare to face the spiky Tiny Trap, the Paradox Pokemon, a bug and dark type with the ability Photosynthesis. It bears a resemblance to a creature mentioned in an old expedition journal as a Kricketot from 1 million years ago. It tries to lure prey towards it by producing a musical sound with its antenna. But this sound is so horrible, it actually scares them away. Tiny Trap is based off of a bear trap. On day 170, the counter gives Pincurchin, and we suddenly really got Regional Form, which gave us Pincurchin Regional Form, the Chestnut Pokemon, a pure grass type with the abilities Rough Skin and a hidden ability Leaf Guard. Pincurchin from this region are a highly sought-after delicacy by other wild Pokemon, as their insides are incredibly tasty. To prevent other Pokemon from eating them, Pincurchin develop prickly spines around their soft interior. Pincurchin is based off a chestnut. So on day 171, the counter is Florigato, and we suddenly really got Convergent. Presented Fetagato, the Dusty Fox Pokemon, a ground and normal type with the abilities Sand Force and hidden ability Dry Skin. Although it appears similar to Florigato, Fetagato is an entirely different species. Fetagato will set up tiny sandstorms to blind its foe, and sneak behind them and strike. Fetagato is based off of a Phoenix Fox. On day 172, the counter is Wingull, and we spent nearly got Convergent again. So presenting Piggull, the Beast Pokemon, a pure normal type with the abilities Runaway, Keen Eye, and a hidden ability Speed Boost. Although it looks like Wingull, Piggull is an entirely different species. It rushes around open fields. Even some of the fastest runners have trouble keeping up with it. Okay, so on day 173, the counter is Wingull again, because we got Wingull on both the 172nd and the 173rd. So I'll be making 2 forms for Wingull. But the other way, when we spend the wheel, we got Pass, Paradox. So prepare to face the Flying, Faded Gull, the Paradox Pokemon. A Flying and Dark type with the ability Photosynthesis. It resembles a creature mentioned in a Paranormal magazine as a Wingull from 1 billion years ago. These Pokemon act as messengers for the big boss. Faded Gull is based on a pterodactyl. Sorry, there was something in my throat. Anyway, on day 174, the county gives Roly-Poly, and we suddenly look at Convergent. So presenting Roly-Terry, the Sand Turtle Pokemon. A pure ground type, the abilities Water Compaction, Shell Armor, and the hidden ability Sand Veil. Although it looks like Roly-Poly, Roly-Terry is an entirely different species. It has a symbiotic relationship with Sandygast, and sometimes the Sandygast will inhabit the sandy on Roly-Terry's back. Roly-Terry is based off a sand pile and a turtle. On day 175, the county is Gibble, and we spend the logo Convergent again. So presenting Gibbug, the insect Pokemon. A pure bug type with the abilities Compound Eyes and hidden ability Swarm. Although it looks like Gibble, Gibbug is an entirely different species. Gibbug's mandibles aren't fully developed yet, so it mostly relies on its teeth to attack. Gibbug is the pre-evolution of previous Pokemon from this series, known as Gibbug. And both of them are based on, you guessed it, bugs. So on day 176, the county is Gardevoir, and we finally got Regional Form, which gave us Gardevoir, Regional Form, the snake Pokemon. Ground and Psychic type, with the abilities Dry Skin, Limber, and the hidden ability Sand Force. It waves its body around in hypnotic movements. When this happens, the patterns on its body flash. Legends say that those who make eye contact with it will be frozen like a statue. This regional form of Gardevoir is the final evolution of a previous Pokemon in this series that was Ralts regional form. This regional form of Gardevoir is based off of Medusa and Pharaohs. Alright, so on day 177, the county is Ditto, and it's finally really Convergent. So presenting the Woolly Voodoo, the Yarn Pokemon. A ghost and normal type, the abilities Limber, and a hidden ability Crochet. Although it looks like Ditto, Voodoo is an entirely different species. In order to protect its frail body, it knit itself into a stronger form to fight. It's thought to be a ghost that possessed a string of yarn. Voodoo also has a new move called Knit, which transforms the Pokemon into a specific form based on the opposing Pokemon's type. So for example, if you were facing a Psychic type Pokemon, Voodoo would transform into Voodoo Psychic form, a ghost and Psychic type that keeps its main abilities. Voodoo also has a new ability called Crochet, which basically just works like Ditto's Imposter, where it allows it to transform into the opponent without wasting a turn. So on day 178, the county is Caparaja, and we suddenly got Regional Form, which gave us Caparaja, Regional Form, Cloud Pokemon, a pure flying type with the ability Sheer Force and hidden ability Wind Rider. Because of their surprising flying skills and agility, Caparaja are often used in circuses and are very popular with the crowds. They flap their large ears in order to stay afloat. Because of this, they have trouble flying large distances. This regional form of Caparaja is based off of Dumbo, the flying elephant. So on day 179, the county is Spewpa, and we finally got Pass, Paradox. To prepare to face the Scowlin First, Paradox Pokemon, a bug and dark type with the ability Photosynthesis. It bears a resemblance to a creature mentioned in a Paranormal magazine as a Spewpa from 1 billion years ago. The pattern on its fur appears to be an attempt to scare off weaker Pokemon. On day 180, the county gave us Spewpa again, because we got Spewpa on both the 179th and the 180th. So I'll be making 2 forms of Spewpa. With that out of the way, when we spun the wheel, we got Mega Evolution! But since Spewpa can't Mega Evolve, we'll Mega Evolve its final evolution, Vivillon, which gave us Mega Vivillon, the Scale Pokemon, a bug and flying type with the ability Compound Eyes. Each of its Mega Evolutions has a different pattern. This pattern is the Meadow pattern. On day 181, the county year is Slowpoke. And we spun the wheel, we got Regional Form. So presenting the Ghostly Slowpoke, Regional Form, Ghostly Pokemon, a pure ghost type with the abilities Oblivious, Cursed Body, and a hidden ability Regenerator. This form came about of a Slowpoke whose tail was cut off in an unfortunate end. The Slowpoke then reawoke, a ghost attached to its once whole tail. This regional form of Slowpoke is based on the practice of cutting Slowpoke tails off. And its shiny is pretty, am I right? Make sure to comment down below who your favorite was this month, and I'll see you again next month. Bye!